from the YMCA today. We've been following the work in Exeter on this and kind of various other shows over the years, actually. They have got new housing in the city at Sidwell Studios, helping out vulnerable and homeless young people. And the really good news is they're expanding across Devon with plans for now more housing in Plymouth and Torbay. This is obviously great news. Here to tell us more, CEO Gareth Sorsby. Morning, Gareth.
Hey, good morning.
Sorry, I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist a little burst of YMCA there. Yeah, it's very early for that. It's very. You must get this a lot. Yeah, absolutely. But obviously, on a more serious note, but hopefully joyous note too. You know, this is really great news. How has all this come about?
Yeah, well, it's a really exciting opportunity for Plymouth and Torbay. We know housing crisis across the country, but there's an acute need for young people, and particularly those that maybe have come out of the care system that are experiencing homelessness for the first time. It's a big need. So there was a government fund called the SHAP programme, and we're a strategic partner as a housing association. So we partnered with Torbay Council and Plymouth Council and the YMCAs in those areas and Young Devon to come up with a partnership of how we can try and meet some of the need locally after the success of Sidwell's.
Now, lots of people won't be familiar with the work that you do. So sort of in a nutshell, can you fill us in on what you do to help vulnerable people, homeless young people?
Yeah, sure. So we're at the preventative end of homelessness. So we're trying to turn off the tap to stop people getting to the entrenched rough sleeper end. So we work with people from 18 to 30 years old at the point of referral, and for a number of years through supported housing in different stages. So they might have the kind of crisis point hostel, which there's already one existing in Torbay and Plymouth, and we want to create that kind of pathway for move on, so there's more hope for them in the future. There's places they can go and actually affordable accommodation so that they can get back into work and meaningful employment, and still be able to pay their bills. So it's kind of a staged process through housing with wraparound support that's tailored to their needs, just to give them a little bit of sense of hope for the future and the skills they need to succeed.
So we're not just talking about getting a roof over someone's head. It's about actually, say, forming that pathway to try and prevent that happening again in the future.
Completely, and the beauty of this government funding, which is actually really rare, it's come with 3 years of revenue funding for the support staff to be in place to make sure these young people are supported really well through the pathway, that they get as I said, the tailored support they need, so they can really focus on the things that are bothering them in life, and then also just we have a real focus on something called EMOTE, which is employment, meaningful occupation, training and education. So it's about getting them out into the community, giving them opportunities to learn new skills. So these programs will be for people that are 18 to 25 in Torbay and Plymouth. That's what the funding was for. So it's a real kind of start you off in your working life really well, even if you've not had a great education or people have given up on you before. We're not going to do that.
And you've got those flats in Sidwell Street, right in the middle of Exeter, and that's been going down well with the occupants so far, making a difference?
Yeah, I think it's for them. It's one of the first times they've actually felt like they've had a home. Like previously, they've moved from. There's a young guy who's been doing some interviews with us lately. He's moved through 6 or 7 foster placements. So he's always been very transitional, and then he's landed with us and he's done most of our stages, but now he's landed in this place, which is his own studio flat, 30 square meters. It's not the biggest, but it's perfect for a single young person for a number of years. And he's got himself on his feet. He's managed to get himself a job now and volunteering. So he's really kind of come into his own, and he's in the place now where he wanted to give back to us. So he's volunteering with us and being an ambassador for the YMCA as well. So it's just great to just see that transition in young people when they see someone actually is invested in me here, someone believes in me. They've got all those skills inside them. We're just there to uncover them.
That's so great to hear a story and how that's working out so well. And as you say, giving back, because you've pointed out, it's such a point of vulnerability, because it's not just about, obviously, it's really tough growing up in care as a looked after child. But, when you're 18, we all remember it's still pretty scary when you're 18. You might be an adult in name, but you don't feel it. And suddenly, if you're out in the big wide world by yourself, that's pretty terrifying.
Oh, it is. I still find that as I'm 40 now.
With you, totally. Yeah, absolutely.
It is terrifying. But I think that homelessness, everyone has a kind of stereotype of what that is, but we have young people coming from all walks of life. One of our residents at Sidwell's she finished university at Exeter, but couldn't go home to an abusive family situation, so she was homeless. So ended up going through our services, and people that have come across from Canada and Hungary and all over the place that have then not been able to stay, and they've just found themselves homeless. So lots of different paths into it, but there needs to be a solution to get out of it, and that's what we might hope to provide.
It's really helpful to hear that, because people do have these preconceptions and stereotypes when it comes to homeless people. So, you know, it's interesting to hear the diverse range of backgrounds, absolutely. And hopefully, you know, that success will get replicated in Torbay and Plymouth.
Yeah, we hope so. So we've got a year to get these projects up and running. The funding is for us to supply 36 new homes as a pathway in Torbay and 47 in Plymouth as well. And as I said, those strategic partnerships, we've got Young Devon in there who are really well skilled at supporting young people across the country. We've got a lot in common as charities, and the two councils there are really behind this. So hopefully there'll be a big success.
Well, we wish you really well, Gareth. It sounds like a really fantastic project. If people would like to find out more, where can they go?
That's a great question. It's so hot off the press. All we've got at the moment is a press statement, but we will get some stuff on our website in the next week, and that's www.ymcaexeter.org.uk. But it's all over socials at the moment through those councils and ourselves and Young Devon. So if you are on any of the socials, just jump on and find us.
Look out for that. CEO Gareth Sorsby there. Gareth, thank you very much indeed.